Welcome to Lunch Break from the newsroom of the Ann Arbor News. I'm Stephanie Murray, and today I'm joined by Washtenaw County Treasurer Catherine McCleary. Catherine?
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Catherine is here to talk with us a little bit today about property assessment notices that are due to start arriving in our mailboxes this month and in early March, and the resulting property tax bills that will come in this summer. Most municipalities in Washtenaw and Livingston counties are reporting drops in their property assessments. And it's confusing to many people because a drop in your property assessment doesn't necessarily mean your property tax bill will go down. And Catherine will talk to us a little bit more about that. So could you explain a little bit?
Unfortunately, that's true,
Yes.
Stephanie. There are two values that are assigned to property. You have your assessed value and you have your taxable value. Assessed value by the Michigan Constitution is supposed to represent 50% of the true cash value of the property. So if the home is worth $200,000, the assessed value should be right around $100,000. Assessed values go up and they go down as property values go up and down. We're going to see this year, for the first time in a long time, a decrease, on average overall throughout the whole county, of about 7%. So as people's assessed values have been going up on a graph, they're going to drop this year on average by 7%. Now some properties may drop more. Other properties may actually increase if there were improvements in the property. Then the taxable value is what your taxes are based on. In 1994, the voters passed Proposal A, which created the taxable value and said it cannot increase by any more than 5% or the rate of inflation, whichever is less. This year, your taxable value will go up 2.3%. So there's a gap between the assessed and the taxable value, and that gap overall in our county is 19%. So your taxable value is expected to go up 2.3% this year, and even if your assessed value drops, it may not drop enough that your taxes would be lowered.
Will go down. Okay.
Now, if you recently purchased your home, you always start out with the taxable value and the assessed value equal. So if you recently purchased your home and that assessed, and I can't make my hands do this, but if that assessed value drops, then your taxable value could drop and your taxes could go down.
Okay, so as these assessment notices start arriving in our mailboxes, there is a process for protesting it if you don't agree, correct?
Yes, there is. You go to your city or township. It must be done in March, and you go to the Board of Review that the township or city assessor is running. You must be at the Board of Review in person or in writing. You can send a letter. But if they don't offer you the reduction in your assessment that you believe you're entitled to, then you can appeal it to the Michigan Tax Tribunal. But unless you go to the Board of Review, you have no appeal process. So at least write a letter. It's recommended that you research what the other properties in your neighborhood are selling for, because your assessment is not based on what you purchased your property for. It's based on what the neighborhood values are.
And as we know, with the economy, with housing values in our area, that's changed a lot in a lot of neighborhoods. And so if people are worried about the fact that they may not be able to pay their tax bill this year, a lot of people in our county are dealing with foreclosures too, a record number. What help is out there for them?
There is a lot of help available for people, and I'm so grateful you asked this question, because you may be facing tax foreclosure or tax delinquency, or you could be facing mortgage foreclosure. They're two separately different processes. But the county treasurer is the person who has the authority for tax foreclosure, and we will help you. If you have delinquent taxes, please call my office, 734-222-6600. I have skilled housing counselors who will work with people who have access to community resources, and we will help.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for joining us.
Well, thank you for the invitation, Stephanie.
And thank you for joining us for Lunch Break from the newsroom of the Ann Arbor News. I'm Stephanie Murray.